Hi folks, RAYDVD here on the Movie Reviewers 100 channel again. This week it is Brian De Palma week, one of the classic film directors of Hollywood. He sort of became prominent, like EJ says, in the 1970s. He was in the same sort of group as Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. He was one of these these were the guys that were leading the way in Hollywood in filmmaking, and he made his name in horrors and gangster films. But the film I'm going to speak about is a bit of a guilty pleasure, and EJ as well, and his video says he liked it as well, so I'm not alone in liking the film. It didn't get good reviews on IMDb, and it is the 2000 film Mission to Mars. This was a departure for De Palma. You know, he was more well known for, like I say, horrors and gangsters, and his style was he was a big Alfred Hitchcock fan. You can see it all through his work. You know, there was Hitchcock themes and images and everything from all his films. He absolutely loved Alfred Hitchcock. So it was a wee bit of departure doing a sort of science fiction film. And basic plot is you've got a group of astronauts who are going to Mars, played by Gary Sinise, Tim Robbins, and Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle, he's got his own team, and they're away to Mars to colonise it, to see if they can grow things on the planet and make it sustainable for life. You know, they want to build space stations and whatever on the planet. The mission goes wrong. You know, they come up against a huge sort of hill, and when they bounce radar off it, it creates a huge big wind storm thing, and it kills most of them. We think Don Cheadle's dead as well, but the amount of rescue mission, when they find out that he's maybe alive, and Gary Sinise and Tim Robbins, who are his best friends, they go on a rescue mission, and along with Tim Robbins' wife in the film, played by Connie Nielsen, and they get to the orbit of Mars, and then they have a catastrophe as well, where they lose Tim Robbins, and so it's left to Gary Sinise, Connie Nielsen, and another astronaut to go to the surface, and they find Don Cheadle. He's still alive, but they're intrigued about what is the mountain, you know, and then when they find out that the mountain is actually a huge monument, it's like a face, they try to solve the puzzle on that, and they go inside and they find out that it's aliens, you know, that were colonised on Mars. You know, Mars was hit by an asteroid, and they had to leave the planet. They all left to go to different parts of the universe, but one sent DNA to Earth, and that's where we come from. That's the basic plot. A rather unusual Brian De Palma film, no, just by me describing it there, but really I really like it. I like the music as well. The music was done by Ennio Morricone, who also done the music for The Untouchables, and you can tell there was a collaboration there. Know that they liked her work, and the themes in this are absolutely really quite good, and the imagery and the CGI and the models are pretty good in this, and it reminded me of the new film Gravity, where Sandra Bullock's character is trying to get, there's a catastrophe in space, and she's trying to get from one space station to another and stuff, and this is what happens in this film as well, to that point. I always thought that, even when I watched Gravity, I remembered the scenes in Mission to Mars, and this is what I took from watching Gravity. There wasn't really much of a plot in Gravity, so it was interesting to see they actually made a whole film about it. And good performances, I think, you know, from Gary Sinise and Tim Robbins and Don Cheadle. And like I say, it's a bit of an acquired taste. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody if you're looking for classic Brian De Palma, but like I say, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure, this film. So yeah, I thought I would talk about this one for my Brian De Palma week. Brian De Palma, a very interesting director. He came from the same sort of film schools as George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola, Scorsese, and Steven Spielberg. So it was interesting to see their different careers and how their films panned out and stuff. So that's my review. Look out for the rest of the boys' reviews during the week. Please subscribe and comment, and like us on Facebook. We've got a new Facebook page, so look out for the Movie Reviewers 100 on that. Bye for now.